everyone, this is Bridget Chigongo Nambirike of Vintage Herbals. I'm back. It's been a while. I haven't done any videos in about 2-3 weeks. Oh, that's been a long time. I missed you guys, but I hope you've been learning from the videos that I sent. I posted earlier something about water weight, something about blood group and your weight, something about weight for your children, those who have children that need to lose weight. I hope you've been going through those videos and picking out different tips that have helped you. I'd promised that when I next come back, we're going to do something about the time you eat your food. Because a lot of people, when it comes to weight loss, they focus on what you're eating. Are you eating the right thing or the wrong thing? That's what most people focus on. Then others, of course, they add some focusing on the quantities you're eating. That is okay. Eating the right things in the right quantities is key in your weight loss journey. But there's another factor that is usually abandoned and neglected, and that is the time you eat your meals. Whether they are snacks or full meals, the timing is key, and it really does affect your health. It does affect your weight loss journey. So if you've been eating the right things and you're eating them in the right quantities, but you are not losing weight, you're probably eating at the wrong time. That is what I'm here to discuss today. The time you eat and how it affects your weight loss journey. Let me start by telling you that the body has its own clock or schedule that it works with. It digests food, it rests its organs, it cleans its organs, and then it starts to digest again. Those things work in specific hours. You will wonder why the body works with hours. The body, a certain part of the brain responds to different functions of the body based on whether it's day or night. Yeah, so when it is day and night, the functions of the body are different. That is why we should work with the schedule of the body. So during the day, roughly 9 a.m. to about 8 p.m., 8 p.m. roughly, not exactly, but averagely, the body is digesting. But of course, even if it's digesting in those hours, it is digesting better in the morning when it has just woken up than at night. That's why we emphasize the time you eat dinner and the quantities you eat at dinner. But please note that even the time you eat breakfast matters, even the time you eat lunch matters. So after 8 or 9 p.m., the body goes into resting. It rests its organs. So there's little digestion juices or enzymes or acids being produced at the time. So when you eat beyond that time, either your body is not digesting or it is being forced to digest. And I'm going to discuss what happens if you force your body to digest at a time when it should be resting. Then later on in the night, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. onwards up to morning, the body is cleaning itself. After digesting, it rests, then it cleans itself. Please don't mind this wire. It's a lapel mic. The videos I did before, the sound wasn't really good because of the noise around me. So I did get some advice from some of you, and I picked this up, the lapel mic, so it's helping to get us a better sound. So don't mind the wire. Let's go back. So after resting, the organs will go to detoxing. So the body will clean itself. And by morning around 9 a.m., it is ready to digest again. That is the schedule. What does that mean? What it means is you should eat only during the time when the body is actively digesting. Because when you eat during the time when the body is not digesting, then the body will have a problem dealing with your food, with your cholesterol, and I'm going to tell you some of the things that can come from eating at the wrong time. Then when your body is resting, allow it to rest. Don't start eating in the middle of the night, and allow it to clean itself. Yeah. So we're assuming that a lot of you are getting very good results from our videos about weight loss. Time. This is what happens. If you eat outside your digestive hours, which I've already mentioned, if you eat outside your digestive hours, number one, it's likely that your body will not digest that food. That means that food will spend the whole night in your stomach, which is wrong. Each food spends a specific amount of time in the stomach, and it's digested and it's out. Now, if you eat at a time when the body is not digested, that means that that food is going to stay in the stomach for longer, and it has side effects, which I'll tell you, and how those side effects largely impact on your weight loss journey. But if you eat at the right time, the food is digested, and by the time your organs get to sleep, you don't have any food in your stomach, and you're good. And you can have very good weight loss, you can have very good health. This is what happens if you eat outside the digestive hours. First of all, or second of all, I already said first of all. Second of all, a lot of you focus on the time you eat dinner. That's good. But also the time you have breakfast is important. A lot of you have breakfast at 7, 7:30, 8, 6:30 in the morning when you wake up. That is wrong. I know there is a common notion that breakfast should be first meal of the day, 7 a.m. That is for infants. You're not an infant. The body of infants, children, handles things differently from the body of an adult who's trying to lose weight. So even the time you have breakfast is key. The damage that your body receives from having dinner at the wrong time is the same damage that a very early breakfast does on your body. It slows down your weight loss journey. So as you mind dinner, kindly mind breakfast as well, because the body is still in the same mode. At dinner, it is in resting mode if you ate a late dinner. If you eat an early breakfast, the body is still in detox mode. It is still detoxing itself. Why are you eating when the body is not ready to digest? So if you eat at the wrong time, this is what happens. If you eat breakfast at the wrong time, and the wrong time is too early, before 9 a.m., that means the organs are still not. Number one, I was going to say number one. I'm still trying to train myself out of saying number one. I say that a lot. So when you eat a very early breakfast, your organs are not yet digesting. They are cleaning. Two things will happen. Either the cleaning process will not be completed and your organs will keep toxins and fats, because at night when the body is detoxing, it even eliminates fats. So if you disrupt that process, you're going to keep your fats, which you're struggling so much to lose. Or the body will not digest your breakfast and it will stay longer. Remember, if you keep food longer than it should be there, you're going to have a swollen stomach. You bloat your stomach. You increase your stomach by inches every time you do that. That is why you can find a small person with a protruded belly. That's one of the reasons. Because they eat at the wrong time and their food stays longer than it should in the stomach. So if you eat too early breakfast, your stomach will become bigger. Your body will not clean itself well. If the body doesn't clean itself well, then the organs will not be ready for digestion. And remember, digestion time is coming soon, 9 a.m. onwards. So it gets digestion when it's not yet well cleaned or well rested, and the organs will not be digesting well. The organs will not be, the metabolism will be very low. Without a good metabolism, your fat burning is really, really poor. You're not losing weight. So you may not be eating a lot of food, but the little you eat is at the wrong time and it's not being digested well. That way you will remain with your weight. Fat burning is not happening properly, detoxing is not happening properly, and you will retain your weight. So if you have a very early breakfast, you're making your stomach bigger, you're slowing down your weight loss journey. Yeah, your food will cause you heartburn, because as it stays longer than it should, it is giving you heartburn. Or even the fact that it is in the stomach, at the time when the stomach is trying to detox itself, there will be some acid disorganization that is going to give you heartburn sensations. It is going to give you low energy levels. If your organs don't clean themselves well, they are not very active during the day. We are talking about digestive organs. They are not very active during the day, so their digestion is poor. You end up with low energy levels. You end up with bloating. You end up with ulcers. You end up feeling really, really bad. Gas. You keep belching and passing bad gas because you ate at the wrong time. And if you eat lunch at the wrong time, lunch is basically fair because most of the day, within lunch hours, people have lunch between midday and 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. The organs are still in digestive mode. The digestive juices are flowing well. The challenge is if you have a late lunch, then by the time you're supposed to have dinner between 6:37 and on, you're still full, which means you're going to extend your dinner to later at 10 p.m. or 11, which still brings the damage because now you're eating dinner at late. The problem with eating a late lunch is because it will push you to have a late dinner, which has its problems. Then we go to dinner. If you have a late dinner, this business of telling you people that you should stay awake for 2 hours after eating, the digestion will happen, it's not going to happen. If the body is resting, it is resting. Even if you spend the whole night awake, it will not digest. There are people whose bodies are forced to digest. People who work at night, you eat at night, the body tries, it will try to digest, but so poorly that it won't succeed. Or it won't digest at all. It will just leave your food there until morning when it's ready to digest. But that would mean the presence of food in the stomach at the wrong time will not allow the organs to rest. It will not allow the digestive organs to get cleaned. So during the day when it's time to digest, they will not be working well because they've not rested, they've not been cleaned. So you find acidity, you find a big belly, you find there's no fat burning. You're not eating much, but you're not losing much because your metabolism is low, because your organs didn't rest well. They were struggling to digest what you ate late. Now, if you don't clean your digestive organs well, and the organs accumulate toxins which you're not taking out because of eating late, you're not allowing your organs to clean themselves, you're going to have high toxic levels. The high toxic levels is one of the reasons that we end up with water retention and water weight, because the body is accumulating water to really, as a defensive mechanism to survive the high toxic levels. Now it is taking us back to what we discussed last time, water weight. Your high toxic level requires the body to trap water to survive the toxins, and you end up with water weight. You're heavier, you're not losing weight, and yet our goal here is to lose weight. Number 2, you end up with a big stomach. Because your food stays longer in the stomach, it bloats, it causes bad gas to build up. The gas build up will cause your stomach to swell by inches. If you eat late or too early every day, that means you're swelling your stomach by inches every day. Imagine by the end of 6 months, your stomach will be really, really big. And it doesn't end with swelling the stomach. The bad gas also comes out. Echiro, nemisana. You keep giving off bad gas. You keep belching. You even have recurrent bad mouth breath. If your mouth is smelling despite proper oral hygiene, it's probably because of toxins and gases bubbling up from your stomach because of high toxic levels. The organs are not cleaning themselves well. So the toxins cause a gas buildup that keeps bubbling into your mouth. It's not that your teeth are not clean or your mouth. You would need to give your stomach a chance to clean its organs, digestive organs, so that bad breath goes away. These are some of the things you end up with if you eat late at night and you're not allowing your digestive organs to clean themselves. The organs will not rebuild themselves. The body rebuilds itself in the night when it is resting. You eat at night, the body concentrates on the food you brought in. There is no chance to rebuild themselves. Your organs will fail. You end up with poor digesting organs. You end up with hernia. You end up with constipation. You end up with recurrent heartburn and ulcers because your organs are not given a chance to rebuild themselves and work better during digestive time. low metabolism. Metabolism is the strength with which it's part of the strength with which your organs digest food and burn fat. If the metabolism is low, you're not burning fat properly. You will not lose weight. Yeah, and then when you have when the body feels a low metabolism and low energy levels, because you didn't allow the organs to rest, you didn't clean them well, they are sluggish, they are feeling tired, and therefore the rest of the body feels tired and it is sluggish. If you sleep, a lot of you wonder why when you have an excess weight, you feel tired in the morning and the rest of the day. It is because what is in the stomach is causing the organs to be sluggish, and you don't feel good, you don't feel energetic. When the body does not feel energetic, it assumes you don't have enough glucose. So it increases the pace at which it taps fats and excess cholesterol, trying to give you more strength and energy. And yet your low energy levels did not come from lack of glucose, but rather from lack of rest. So you start getting cravings for sugar, cravings for starch and carbohydrates, because those are the things that bring in energy. The body feels it needs more energy, so it starts to give you cravings for starch, which is glucose and carbohydrates and sugars, trying to accumulate more energy. But as you eat those things that you're craving for, remember it's not really what's causing you low energy levels. So you just accumulate more fats, which end up making you even fatter. So please note that eating at the wrong time really makes you fatter, directly and indirectly. It really does makes your stomach really big. If you have a big stomach, look into the hours that you have your meals. Yeah, because there's no way, even when you eat the right things at the wrong time, those things are going to happen. The low metabolism will happen. So I find people telling me I eat the right things according to the blood groups you discussed, water intake is good, I do some exercises, but my stomach won't become small, or I'm not losing any weight, or I wake up tired. It's because you ate at the wrong time. The correct strategy for weight loss should be you eat at the right time, you eat the right things according to your blood group and weight goals, and in the right quantities. If you eat a pineapple at midday or at 3 p.m., that's very okay. It's a healthy thing. If you eat the same pineapple at 11 p.m., who is going to handle that acidity when the organs are resting? You see how things happen. So it becomes a cycle. You create a cycle. You eat poorly, you get low energy levels, the body tries to crave carbohydrates to give you better energy, which are accumulated as fats under the skin. You just become bigger and bigger and bigger. So my friends, as I stop, kindly look into the hours you eat. You start eating your meals around 9 a.m. when the body has started digesting, and make sure you've had your dinner by 7 p.m. which gives you a few hours to digest. By the time your body is resting, there's nothing in your stomach. You're not supposed to sleep with anything in your stomach. If you're hungry later on, you can eat things that don't need much digestion. They just go through. Juice, things that don't have roughage like papaya or a banana. Don't go munching on apples, bikuta bya miyembe, pineapple at that time. They will also need to be handled, and the body is resting, it's not handling anything at that time. So that's the end today. Allow me to end here. If you still need more guidance on your weight loss goals and strategies, kindly contact us at Vintage Herbals, Shop 39, Grand Imperial Hotel, or reach us on the numbers below. You can view the rest of our content we've discussed about weight loss on our YouTube channel, Vintage Herbals. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you.